includes wire net and underlay.
So translucent roofing basically is over here.
Yeah, I find that. Let me check what the pages are. Oh, sorry, no. Oh,
It
sorry.
does not give you any wire mesh.
Oh no, sorry. That is translucent. For steel roofing, that is page 88.
Yes.
88, yeah.
Yeah. So then you are not building up the rate. When you're picking up the composite rate over there, then you are not building up. So why are you confused that you want separate rate for the wire meshing and all?
Is what my confusing that for steel roofing, that is the comprised price here. I do not do any build up.
No, you do not.
Yeah,
then you're asking wrong question basically.
Yeah,
I was thinking that you want the individual rates to be done. So when you got the comparative rates over there, which you picked up for the whole of the roofing, which includes your wire mesh, safety net, and your breathing paper and everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to build up. Just go for the whole area.
Yes, I did that like that, but I separated the translucent roof.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So what you're doing is, your 6.01, you are doing the whole area. You don't do any deduction, and you do for the whole roof. Basically, you create a rate for the whole roof, and then you add separately for 6.11 for translucent. By that way, you're going little extra because you're doubling up for a little area of translucent, but that doesn't make much difference because in any case, your cost estimation is little higher than rather being lower. So it's always good to be little higher than being lower than the actual cost.
So the basic price for estimation selected a higher price.
Always QS. In QS, you always go for higher.
Okay.
Aren't we saying that if there is two material available, always choose a higher one?
So we don't need to calculate the precisely price just for something, because just that
this is estimation, Jingjing. This is estimation. You're not doing the precise one. Precise one would be done by the tenderer, by the estimator. And he will also put some estimation or put some contingencies on top. Nobody gives you the exact price basically because prices keep on changing.
Okay, so for our assignment, we can be briefly to estimate some price for our
in your cost estimation paper, you would not be briefly assuming, you would be assuming highly. 50% of that work would be assumption.
Okay. So what I've done, I put some contents goes to my assumption how to build up my price.
Yeah, but you're not building up your price over here, are you? You just refer it to the page number in Rawlinson where from you picked up this rate.
Okay. Okay. And I put the notes.
Yeah, in your side notes, you would mention that this is Rawlinson page number 318, and you got the rate from there.
Oh, can I share on my screen what I've done in my way? So I want to clear if I can do that. Sorry. Yeah, this is my work. I put some size notes like this. Also, I put the notes like this way and put the Rawlinson's pages and which items I selected that show you how the price goes from.
Right. So because see over here. So how did you find this translucent is $91 per meter square? Fireproofing is 24.9.
Yeah.
So you got these rates from Rawlinson basically.
No, this one, and if.
That's not required.
Yeah, I got the gutter dump pipes and just
so So go back to that site notes where you have shown me
Okay.
for the roofing. Now
For
over
roofing.
here, you have where you got the price for the translucent and everything, 6.0.
Okay. This here.
Yeah.
For the whole roofing,
Yeah.
I selected the page 88.
Yeah.
And that's
So
still approximately selected because I can't find exactly the same.
yeah, I understand that thing. But in your side notes in column N, where you say fireproofing is 24.9 meters square, in bracket, you write down page number over there. Page number there.
So I need to put those is
Yeah, because see, not everybody would be going and reading every hidden comments basically which you have done over there.
So those things should be goes to this.
Yeah, that is in the side notes. That should be, so where you've done your fireproofing is $24.9 per meter square. Then
okay.
Put a hyphen over there and page Rawlinson page number P318 or wherever you got.
So for sounds like for this installation, I need to put the same way. Okay, yes. Got. So show you. I just put assumption like this.
Yep, that's a good way to do it. So put your assumption in a separate. So wherever you are assuming for your element 1, put your assumptions over there. Then for element 4, put your assumption. For element 2, put your assumptions. This is the good way to do it. That's how you do it.
So could you let me know, just a quick look. For roofing, I just done this one, that is steel roof. No this part, and I will do purlin. No insulation I have done. No this part.
Yeah.
No this part.
Yeah, nothing. There's no soffits on eaves and no soffits on arch soffits. Yeah.
Yeah. Those things are confused. Finally, I just select this one to calculate.
Yeah, so gutter is there.
Yeah, gutter.
Yep.
Yeah, and
then downpipes.
And the last one, that is translucent.
Translucent, yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's clear.
And remember, when you're doing your gutters, there is another thing called as your rainwater heads. So you need to include for that one. Your rainwater heads are also there.
Okay.
Make sure, because that's also a pricing component.
Okay. That is a ring head. Another thing is I mentioned. I remember you mentioned some gutter end of that gutter end.
Don't worry about those are the details. That is part of the gutter thing. So that is including in the gutter. So when you see the details for the gutters, it will include your the material which is being used to construct the gutter, and stop ends and everything would be part of that thing. So don't worry about that, because that is the comparative rate you're going for. But yep, your rainwater heads are a separate unit which are installed in the gutter. Those ones should be measured as well.
Okay. Oh, it's clear.
Because in your developed drawing, you would have that much of information.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Could I stop here?
Yep.
Another things, I'm not sure if I do you mind I can ask you about my reinforcement assignment. So I compared with the model answer. I know I do some mistake about the calculation, but I got a lower mark. I really want to know what things happened to me to make my mark goes down.
Who marked it? Did I mark yours?
The mark is very low.
No. Who did the marking?
That is goes to SWOT. I don't know who marked it. I don't know who marked it.
You can see it because like reinforcing is your 603 assignment. So you can go into your Dropbox and see who is marked for you.
I will check now.
Yeah,
I'll go back later.
If it has been marked by somebody else, I cannot really comment on that.
Oh, yeah. I will go back later. I will check now. Thank you so much.
All right. Now, somebody had a question about precast. All right. Can you please explain again the purlin? All right. All right. Let me go back and share that whiteboard with that information. So normally, in a normal scenario, basically, you have got your ridge beams, then you have got your rafters going like this. So these would be your rafters. And this would be your purlins. Right. So now, when it comes to timber purlins, normally timber purlins are at 900 centers. No? So that will be happening one over here. One purlin would be like 150 away from this one. And then the other one would, and then in the end as well, you have got a purlin which is 50 millimeter before your edge. And then you go 900 centers in between. You know, that's how you do. If you remember your 3604 scenario. So in a normal situation, in 1 square meter, if I take out 1 square meter, you normally get 2 purlins running through 1 square meter area of the roof. When it comes to steel, your spacing becomes 1.8 meter. So 1 purlin would be like at the 150 distance, and you got another one, which is, I'll change the steel to, so 1 purlin would be here, and then 1.8 meter over here, and 1.8 meter over here, and then probably one at the land over here. So that's how it happens in a steel frame scenario, because steel can have a bigger span and bigger spacing as well. So now if we pick up 1 square meter area again, which is this area, in 1 square meter, we probably we'll have, you know, one set of purlin going like this. Right? Yeah. So that is the situation basically when you calculate for your purlin. So how do you calculate in 1 square meter? You either have got 1 length of purlin or maybe less than 1 length, because it's 1.8. So 1.8 basically, so you divide 1.1 divided by 1.8. How many lengths of purlin you would have? So very close to 1 divided by 1.8 is 0.55. So in 1 square meter, the possibility of having a purlin is 1 length of purlin is 0.55. So that is how much of purlin you'll get in 1 square meter when you have got steel purlins happening on your roof. So 0.55 meter of purlin is happening in 1 square meter of roof. And that is what you calculate. You go back into your rate for that purlin. So DHS 250, the rate probably would be, you know, say for example, it is $50 per meter. So if the rate is $50 per meter, and you know in 1 square meter, only 0.55 meter of purlin is being used, which you have just calculated over here. So what would be the rate of purlin for 1 square meter. So you multiply 0.55 into 50 and you'll get your rate as $27 and maybe 80 cents or something. So that becomes your rate of the purlin per square meter of the roof. Is that understood?
Yes, that's clear.
That is for the steel purlin. When it comes to, yep.
Why 1 up 1.8? One is
because the steel purlins are at 1.8 spacing.
Yeah.
So in 1 meter, the chances of having a 1 meter of purlin is 1 divided by 1.8, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes.
The length, it's
Not the spacing.
The spacing, one purlin is running over here, the other one is running over here. So your meter would have a possibility of only 0.5, 0.55 of purlin in 1 meter area. And that is the possibility you've calculated. And so that gives you 0.55, meter is happening per meter of steel roof.
what does the one?
I think, Ajay,
Mhm.
so when you divide 1 by spacing 1.8, that would give number of purlin. Even if you add 1 over 1.8 plus 1, so that is number of purlins. You have to
You're
get.
not adding one over there. You are just looking at the possibility because spacing is far bigger than 1 meter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your spacing is 1.8. So there could be a roof over here where there is no purlin over here. So the possibility of running a purlin on 1 square meter is 0.55. And that is the length of the purlin which is happening for your 1 square meter of roof.
Mhm. In 1 meter length, when you get 1 square meter, so first we need to calculate number of purlins in that area. I think so.
If we want to go to exact, you will come to that same figure over here, calculate the whole length of the purlin happening through the whole roof. All right. So you got maybe 3 rows of purlins happening on both sides, and they are 10 meter long, divided by the whole area of the roof, and then you'll get the exact length of the purlin per square meter. Then you can calculate that way. You are not doing the spacing over here, that how many purlins would be there. This is like 4 meters. You divide it by 1.8 and plus 1. We are not doing that. We are doing what is the possibility and area, like length of the purlin, which is happening in 1 square meter. They are two different things. Is this understood? Or still confusion? The simple way you should understand is if the spacing is more than 1 meter, because we are calculating for 1 meter. So if the spacing is more than that unit, just divide your 1 meter by that spacing. Whatever you get, multiply it with the rate of that member for 1 meter, and you'll get the rate for 1 square meter of that member used over there. That is the easiest way you should remember to do your calculation. I don't get any voices coming back to me.
I think I got it, but I'm not sure for others.
Henry, have you got this? Nobody is coming back.
If there's no response for that, could I go to another?
No, Andrea, I think it's explained well. Can we move on to structural if that's okay?
Yes. Yep. Let's go and do structural, because see, this is something you'll be using quite a lot when you'll be doing your 5032 paper. Some of you would be doing it next semester. Some of you have already done that. They should know how we did that.
Yeah, in the weather boards, we do it. So we take the 1 square meter of weather board, and we calculate the 1 meter in the 1 meter length. If they give the effective length for the weatherboard, we divide by 1 and add 1. That is the number of weatherboard in 1 square meter. So
Yeah.
then after we calculate the how many length in 1 square meter. So 1 times how many number of weatherboards which we calculated.
It is the same thing which we've done over here.
Yeah,
isn't it?
same thing, but that is if you divide 1 divided by center, it will give the number of purlins.
Yeah. So 1 divided by 1.8, you
Yeah,
get the
number of
length of the
purlins.
purlin, which is 0.55, and then you multiply it with that.
Yeah, with 0.55 plus, but anyhow, we need to add the +1. We need to add.
No, you don't have to do +1 over here. In weatherboard, it is continuous. It is one after other. So what happens in weatherboard? You have got, in weatherboard situation, the weatherboard is happening like this continuously. So you have got effective, effective exposure, which is like, so if your weatherboard is 180, you minus 32 into that, and you get your effective exposure of the weatherboard. Then you divide 1. So 180 minus 32 is how much? 158? 148? So 1 divided by 0.148, and you get some number over there. So 1 divided by 0.148 gives you 6.7. So that means there are 6 full lengths over there, and the other length, the last one is 0.7 mm of exposure, but it is still the full length you need over there. So that's why instead of 6.7, you change it to the whole number as 7. You don't add 1 over there. You do it 6 plus 1, because there are 6 full lengths going over here, and then 1 which is length, which is probably not going the full exposure, maybe half exposure, but you still have to buy the full length to do that. So you go 6 plus 1, 7. You do not go that it is 6.7, so I'll take it as 7 and then plus 1. That is wrong. So in this case, you do not have any leftover portion, or because there's 1 purlin going, there's no half purlin or anything coming in 1 meter over there. So you just go by this thing. You do not add anything on that. So that is the difference between weatherboard and purlins over there. Is it clear? This is the quietest moment of the class right now.
AJ,
Yes.
on structural steel, when we talk about the DHS 250 by 18 purlins,
Yeah.
and if I show the drawing,
Yeah, I'll just stop sharing.
and yeah, it's more understanding when we look at the drawing.
Mm-hmm.
So if I show this one here, can you see?
Yep.
So when I talk about for structural steel, DHS 250 by 18 purlins,
Mm-hmm.
so do I count the numbers and the length?
Yep. See, so what is happening is like your purlins.
That it's two brace sets per bay.
Right. So we have got how many purlins are going basically? So you got different number of purlins over here and different over here. Is it?
9, yeah.
Okay.
And this one here on top would be different because it's at 2.4 max centers.
Yeah. So you got 2.4 centers. Now, again, Angela, the thing over here is that 2-point center is a very detailed, information given to you, because what you're looking at is as a detailed drawing. You just go by the normal, understanding. If there's a steel frame and if there's a steel purlin going, normally the spacing is 1.8. If it is a timber, frame, and you got purlins going on timber, then the normal spacing between the purlin is 900, right? So you go by the industry standards basically, and in your cost estimation, you would go and work on those standards, because you do not know the exact details what would be the spacing with the purlins, because over here they are using DHS 250 by 18, which is thicker, width basically. Sometimes you'll be using 250 by 13 or maybe 15.
Yeah, now my question is on structural steel when I'm measuring this.
No, structural steel, you don't have to measure purlin, do you?
So now am I not doing, so this part goes into carpentry, is that what you're saying?
No, that is still a steel member. DHS is a steel member.
Yeah.
But by the client restriction issued to you, you've been told that you don't have to measure purlin.
Yeah, that was very confusing. I thought DHS was structural steel.
Yeah. So you are, when it comes to structural steel, you are not measuring the purlins basically. So
so I did move it to my carpentry. My other question
don't move it to your carpentry, because this is steel member you measured over there. For carpentry, you have to go to the details and see what are the the timber member which are fixed on top of the purlins or rafters over there.
Yeah.
Those are the members you have to measure. Those would be separate ones.
Okay, gotcha. Can I carry on with the other one just quickly?
Mm-hmm.
On structural steel with the details. Sorry. So I kind of get some of it. Here I did the T-plate, but there's no description measurements here to be done, which is this part here, M16 anchored and M12 bolt. So can you please explain?
All right.
So I know it's this one here, 4 of that.
First thing you need to understand is what you're asking me, that how it is done, which is not very important thing to know, as long as you can measure what is written over there.
Okay.
So I can tell you how it is done, but then there would be lots of questions coming onto that thing. Reason being is, like, everybody has got their own understanding of the things.
Yeah, just an explanation, and then I can figure out how to do it. That's my question.
we would spend a lot of time basically doing that.
No, no, I don't want too much time on this.
What I can tell you, if I can share the screen again. please.
Okay, I'll stop sharing. Thank you.
Uh, need to clear this thing first. I'll explain you what I think. If you guys have got any other ideas about it, you are more than welcome to keep those ideas, but we will not discuss it any further because that is not something which you are required to do. It is just to give you a bit of understanding. And I'm not like structural steel specialist kind of thing. That is my understanding, which
So
I am
are
trying
we
to share.
required or not required to do this?
You are not required to do that. You are just required to measure basically.
Okay, that's fine. then.
You're required to measure what are the different members which have been already told to you,
Yes.
and how it has been fixed is something which is very different scenario.
No, Ajay, don't worry then. Then my
Yeah.
next question will be on fixing, F3 type fixing.
Yes. Okay. So should I do this thing or not?
No, if it's not part of it, please don't spend too much time on it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Then yes, please share your next question. What is that?
Okay, thank you. Can you see?
Yeah.
So F3 type fixing, I see F7 type fixing detail here.
Yep. So
So
F3 is also there. Like if you go
yeah,
down, you would find F3 fixing details. So there is a F3 and I think F4. All those kind of fixing details are there. I think somebody asked me a question on F3, F4 through email. Go down. I think you got more details coming down over there, which will tell you about F3 type of fixing. And so there is a type A, F4, F3. So this
yeah,
is F1 and F2. This
yeah,
is F3 type fixing. So wherever this F3 is happening, you
yeah.
just need to measure this detail. And just remember how many times F3 is happening. So multiply it those many
Okay.
times.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
In the same drawing, can I ask a question,
Yeah.
Ajay?
Yeah.
Yeah, here they have mentioned additional 6 millimeter web strip duct plate. But other than this one, there is no anything. So
Which drawing?
the same F1, F2, Angela is moving. Angela?
Sorry.
Yeah.
F1 additional 6 mm web plate, stiffener plate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that additional 6 mm plate is being used, stiffener plate. So if it is welded on one side, the other side you have got a additional plate which has been added. So the thickness of that plate would be 250. The width would be 250, and the length would be 250. Thickness would be 80, which is same as your cleat on the top, and then you have got it as a 6 mm plate.
It's a PFC. How it's got so 80 mm, 250 is okay lengthwise.
Yeah, 250 over here. If you can see my cursor.
Yeah.
250 over here, 60 over here, 80 over here. So it is 250 by 80 plate, which is 6 mm thick.
That is width of the PFC, 250.
Yeah, so
50
250 would be the length of the plate. Width would be 80, which will come, you'll get to know from here. 80, and it is 6 mm thick.
So 2, no? Additional means there are 2.
It is happening, yeah. So it is happening additional 6 mm. So this is happening on one side over here. Is it happening on the other side?
Both sides.
No, it is happening on the F2, not on
Okay.
F1. So it is happening only on F2. This
Only
cleat is
one.
Cleat is happening on the both side, but it is happening. So one side you got cleat welded, other side you have got this plate.
Yeah.
So only one stiffener plate or 2 stiffener plate?
One. Yeah.
Okay.
So each F2 detail would have one stiffener plate added over there.
So why they say additional 6 mm web stiffener plate then?
Additional means that you have got one plate over here, which may be 6 mm over there, which is your cleat plate. And then you are adding giving it more strength on the other side. That's it.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Ajay.
I'll stop sharing.
For calculating the UB, it is just length times the girth. Let me see the whole question. For calculating the UB, is it just length times girth times weight factor, or should be length then times weight? It's just length times weight, because in UB you are already given the weight. So if it is 410 UB 60, that means your weight is 60 or close to 60, 59.6 or 59.7. So it is rounded up to 60. So all you need to know is, like, if your UB member is 10 meter high, so the length is 10 meter, and in the conversion factor, you would put the weight as 60 over there. So 60 into 10, it will become 600 kgs. You don't have to calculate the girth. Girth you need to calculate when you'll be doing your area for the painting, because then if you're painting the whole member, you're painting from all sides, then you need to know the perimeter. So that would be your girth into your length. That will become your area, and that is what you'll use for your painting measurement. But in weight calculation, it is just the length you need, because the weighing factor is already given in your UB details. It is 410 UB 60, so it is 60 kgs. Is that clear? This also included in equal angle. Yes, equal angle, if you've given the weight per meter for that thickness, you need to see your table first. So in your table, for that thickness and for that size of equal angle, you have been given per meter, weighing factor. Then you don't have to calculate into area. You just calculate the length and multiply it with that factor. But if you are not given the weight for that thickness, table might have been showing around 8 mm thickness, and you have got 5 mm thickness, then you have to calculate the area and then go back into square meter rate weighing conversion table for 5 mm thickness plate. So yeah, it depends what your table provides you. All right. Please, what are the things to be measured in carpentry? Carpentry, you need to measure all your timber framings. So check where is your timber framing happening. Your timber framing is happening mostly in your showroom, around showroom, office. You got your timber strapping happening on the PCP wall, and you got office. You got 2 floors over there, so there's a bit of timber framing going over there. And then your stairs are also of timber. You have to measure them in numbers. Then you have to measure your insulation, which is part of carpentry again, which goes into your timber framing. That would be calculated in your carpentry. And all your nuts and bolts and whatever is being used to fix the timber. The timber is happening as a purlin on the roof. So make sure you use it, you measure it over there. There's a timber work happening on the head and sill of the windows. So go and check those details. Make sure that you have measured it over there. If there's any timber happening on the roller door, fixture on the top, go and see what is happening over there. If there's a timber member being used in the roller door fixture on the top, you need to measure that as well. So go and measure timber wherever you can see it. Go through your details.
RJ. Hi, RJ, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry. Can I ask you about the cleat plate?
Yes, yep, sure.
So when a cleat plate says 260 by 160 by 6 millimeters, so so this is a L-shaped plate. Is that right?
Yeah, L-shaped plate. Yeah.
So let's say if we put this L plate flat, so the length of the plate is 260 plus 160, right?
Yep, you can take it that way, yes.
And then so when we see a size of a clip on the measurement on the drawing, so we need to basically assume, well, we need to find the width to find out the meter square, right?
Yeah. So what is happening is, like, if the cleat is 260 by 160, you said.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So 260 by 160, that means like it is connecting to a purlin. So your purlin or maybe your 250 PFC somewhere, So yeah, just share the detail where it is. Yeah, so DHS 250 purlin basically it is connecting to.
This
so
one.
Yeah, so this one over here. So this, if you can see my arrow, this is your 260 member.
Sorry,
This is the length.
I don't see your arrow. Actually.
You don't see my arrow?
Should I stop sharing? Or?
Yeah,
I mean,
so
can I draw? Is this like this?
Yes, that's correct.
So this is a 260.
This is 260.
And this is 160. So we need to find out the
now
width.
This is not 160. This is 160. The one, look at the top of your details over there.
You mean this one?
Yeah. So this is 160. The other side is 160. The one which you want to find out, that is 160.
Okay.
That is 160.
Okay.
Now,
So
to get this detail, go and check. I have shared with you guys the link for from Easy Steel. So when you check the details of 250 DHS has got 75 width. So it will be for the whole width of that thing. So if you stop sharing, if you can stop sharing, I'll just show you where it is. Yeah. So if I can share, before that, I would, I would share something with you. Again, there's a link which I would like you guys to go and see this thing clearly. So if I share this, over here.
Plate is always L-shaped. Is that right?
Yeah. So this has got all the details for you basically for everything. So when you go into your DHS section, so which probably would be UCs. So you guys have to do a little bit of research. So you got notch purlins over here, and then you got your DHS, high span purlin. So these are your DHS purlin. So this is the width, the one which we say B over here, you know. So this is your cleat is going like this, coming from here, going like this. So this is 260. You know this width is 160 given to you. So you need to measure this one. So this basically is your B. So when you go for DHS 250 by 18, your B is 85. So you got your detail
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, got this number.
Yep.
So
So make use of these table, this information over there for your calculation. I hope it is clear now. All right. Can you please explain how to measure bracing for 603 referring to roof framing plan? So what is the unit of measuring bracing basically for elemental
Whether bracing in meters.
in meter for this for elemental thing? Is it meter or square meter?
Meter in 1 square meter. How many? How long the bracing in 1 square meter?
So all you need to do is, like, if you go and let me just share elemental analysis thing. So your bracings basically are all measured in square meter, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So all you need to do is go into your structural drawing, go over there, and measure all this area. So when you measure this area,
Yeah.
you measure this area,
Yeah.
this area, and maybe this area, wherever you can see the bracing. You don't have to measure the canopy one. Remember, canopy is not part of your roof in your element 6. So all this area, wherever you can see bracing is happening, that measured in square meter is your measurement for the bracing. That's it. Very simple.
Oh, okay. We do not need to calculate the length of the bracing.
No. You're not doing individual thing. You are just representing that this much of area needs bracing.
Okay.
When
Sorry,
you'll be,
I actually did each bracing length.
that is when you're doing your structural steel, not on
Is
your
it structural
elemental.
steel? Sorry.
Yeah. When you're doing your structural steel, yes, you will be doing each length.
Yes.
Because you're measuring each member separately.
Yes.
Like you need to mention the length basically, which is the highest length in your detail.
Yeah.
And how many numbers of that?
Yes. I got that. Sorry.
So
Thank you.
that is different. That is structural steel. Now we are talking about 6.03. So you need to see, that is where you need to change your caps immediately when you see, it is 6.03. That is elemental cost.
Yes, sorry, my apology.
Can I put underlay into 6.3? 6.03?
Yep, that is all. Tracking is there, so it is there.
Okay.
Yep, you want to share?
Yes.
Just a sec, I'll just delete
Okay.
this thing. Yep.
If you have done the attendance, somehow students can't get my link, so I'll send you the Excel sheet.
Thank you. So we got around 17, including me. That's good. Thank you. Thank you, Angela.
No problem, thanks.
Can you see my screen?
We can see your screen, but not the one you wanted to show. It is something else. You got your Zoom links and all that. Not the one if you were trying to show your drawing or something else.
I don't like to. Okay. Is it right if I put safety mesh into 6.03?
I see. Like I think you're trying to show your Psoft, but you're not sharing your Psoft. You're sharing something else.
Sorry.
We're seeing your email, I think.
What share?
Did you get that email from the announcement for the new tutorial scenarios?
No, what's happening?
Okay, and that should have been given to you. But any case, like whatever the changes are, you guys already know. But the problem is people who attend the tutorial get to know that thing. People who are not attending the tutorial will not get to know that thing, which is the issue.
So what's happening, Ajay?
So Friday tutorial will be shifting to campus from next week.
Yes, you did say that, yeah.
Yeah. But see, only handful of you guys know about it because somebody who came to Wednesday tutorial, around 40-45 people, they knew about it, or like people who have been attending today. But the problem is we got 180 students. So if any of them wanted to join tutorial, they'll not know.
So there should have been an announcement, right?
Yeah, that should have been announced by now. That's why there was a delay of 1 week. We were still continuing 1 week after opening, after resuming the semester.
Okay, so next Friday is now online, it will be on campus
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next week it will be on campus because that is what we have been asked to do.
Do you have high number coming to campus for that?
I don't know. I'll see it next week.
I'll try to make an effort to come then.
Yeah.
It's a work day, but it is what it is.
Yep. Now we can see a piece of, yes. So
Okay.
6.03.3. Yeah, that's the correct way to do it.
Is it right? I
Yeah,
put the safety mesh and
yeah,
3.4.
6.03.4. That's how you do it. Yeah.
But
So
I don't know how to get the rate.
the rate.
Yeah.
Rate, if you check, because you have calculated them separately over here. You do not find the rates on
I can't find
on Rawlinson?
On Rawlinson, yeah.
Okay, that is strange, but you can find the rates on Bunnings website. Or yeah, try Bunnings, try Mitre 10, Placemakers. You'll find the rates over there.
If I get the price in Bunnings and Mitre 10, it is the price for now. do I need to calculate it?
Do you need to adjust it? No, you don't have to adjust it.
But for other element, I get the rates in Rollinson is for 2014.
But you
So
have
that-
to use the indices, right?
The price are not in the same year. You
I
know?
think you should check. Rawlinson should have all these prices.
Oh,
You do your search little more carefully. Go into the detail rates. Probably you don't have to go into comparative rates over there. Go detail rates and you'll find the prices. Just type, say, building paper. Type in building paper, you'll get the rate for the building paper. Type in mesh, you would get the rate for the roof mesh. You know?
okay. Can I share my Rollinson?
Yeah.
Can you see the Rollinson?
Yes. Now go and search. Do Control F.
We need to check the detailed trade.
Yep, so detail rates. You know, you go down. Go into roofing. Roof coverings. Roof coverings. 4.27. Page number 315.
Roof covering.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you have got, go down. You got your underlays over here. You know?
This one underlay?
Yep. So you got your underlays. You got wire netting on top. Got all the rates over here.
Go down.
See, your wire netting is there. Your mesh is your wire netting.
Mesh.
Go up over there. Go up. Your wire netting is your
Wire
mesh.
netting?
Yeah, that is your mesh.
This is mesh.
Yeah, that's your square meter rate given to you.
Okay.
Your underlay rates are given to you.
Okay.
All rates are there.
Yes. Okay.
So you got your breather type, white. You got the rate over there.
This
All rates are given to you.
using paper.
Yeah,
Here
that was there in that thing. You see, like,
Can I
you see
find
YTEX 369?
3?
In your synthetic non-woven underlay, what is the third one?
And then
Buddy, can you see synthetic non-woven underlay over here?
this
You're
one?
going up and down. The one below.
This one?
Yeah, they are all breathable. So they are all breather types. You can pick up any rate which you want to go.
Okay.
Hi, IJ.
Yeah, hi, Dandan. Did you
Hi.
get the message? Because I could not go to campus today.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
why.
because the room is not allocated for this week. It will be from next week. So I asked Naru to give you a message.
Oh, okay. So what
Yes.
about
Yeah, you can share your question.
the question is still the same. The section for the whiteboard calculation. So
Okay.
so for
All
the
right.
for the details over there, I don't know how to do with that.
All right. Can you share your drawings, please?
I try to find it out. You can answer other questions about these questions first.
Yeah. How to do the build-up for brace in 6035?
Sorry.
No, I'm just reading another question over there. So for braces, I have told you That's a square meter scenario. A builder for that. You need to again go back to the same thing which I showed you for per length. So yeah, so you need to know how much is coming for 1 square meter. So either you can go and check in your Rawlinson, type in reed bracing. If you type in reed brace, you would get a square meter rate for reed brace. Use that one for your build-up rates.
Hey, AJ, we couldn't find rates for stiffener.
Stiffener is a metal plate. So you
Yeah.
need to know the thickness of the metal. So it is same like end plate or something. So if stiffener is 6 millimeter,
Yeah.
just measure the square meter area of that stiffener, and then go into your table and see the weighing conversion factor for 6 millimeter plate. Convert into kgs, and then
Yeah, converted into kgs for structural steel, we couldn't find that.
yeah. So you would be getting the rates per steel per kg basically.
Yes.
So use that rate over there.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Actually, I'll send the email. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you, Angela.
Yeah, this one. So
Yes.
for the ground level, I can use this figure.
Which is 2545.
Yes, and for the upper level,
The upper level basically is going all the way from the ground to the top, isn't it?
yes,